Welcome to the Kate Hurley Show. All Kate Hurley, all day long.
No.
Just kidding. Sorry, I can't help myself. We have made it to Boulder, Colorado.
Yay, we're so excited.
We are so excited. This is
I'm
Kate Hurley.
excited.
She's an amazing musician, and we'll find out a lot more about her later. There's an amazing community of people here that Kate is a part of, and we're going to find out what that's all
We're
about.
gonna hang out with Kate's roommate, Raylan.
Rayla, in fact, there she. Ah, go find her. Someone go find her.
Wait,
Hopefully, there's much more to come from the episode in Boulder, Colorado. Much more like that. And I know one thing. There's gonna be a lot of laughs here.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter what state we're in, what road we're on, what country we're in, we usually get lost somewhere. We got lost on the way to Boulder.
Hi. Filming at 2 a.m. is not nice. I know.
It isn't.
Medium boys. We
should go to Aaron's.
Oh, really?
Cause like, well, I don't want to say Aaron's medium, but like,
Oh, that's true.
The medium
The other one's
boys.
fun because you guys can just walk here if you want to hang out with us.
it's gonna
I'm
take
gonna make
you
you.
to
I'm gonna make
lunch.
you brunch or
lunch, something.
We're going to Kate Hurley's house to have brunch. Chris and Cal are already here. We're gonna meet them there. All right, eat some food prepared by the Kate Hurley.
Like I said, I'm a good cook, but I make big mess every time.
All right.
So bad.
So funny.
Kate should have her own cooking channel.
Really a good cook, except sometimes I screw things up the order, and so then I have to backtrack, and then I have to pick out the onions and put them back in so I can cook them better.
Not only can Kate Hurley sing and play guitar and play the piano, she does a lot. Anyway, she likes to hike, and she took us hiking on the Gregory Canyon Trail. Hanging out with Kate Hurley has been a blast, but the one thing that she really enjoys is a good hike, and that's why we're at Gregory Canyon.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. It's really pretty.
So Kate, what kind of things should we expect to run into here at Gregory Canyon?
Maybe a bear.
Really?
Maybe a mountain lion.
And what kind of things should we do if we were to run into a bear or a mountain lion?
You should make yourself look really big like this.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Kate Hurley was wearing long pants and like a weird dress skirt slash sort of long shirt thing, and sandals. And so I figured this hike was gonna be, you know, no big deal. Actually, the hike was really intense and I got very tired. Thanks, Kate.
So Kate, why do you like to come up here?
Well, it seems like everywhere I've lived, I've kind of picked a spot to really just have intimate time with the Lord. And this, for some reason, this has become one of those spots for me.
Hobbits, come to your queen.
Made it.
Like, if a mountain lion came and was killing me right now, Aaron would not try and save me from the mountain lion. He'd grab the camera and videotape me dying.
You know, I gotta stay behind the camera. I can't interfere, with what's going on. I gotta stay objective.
I would save you. I would beat that mountain lion with a big stick. Like
Kate,
looking
Kate would have
everywhere.
already killed it.
Yeah,
And
I would,
actually,
with
Kate
my
would have
bare
actually,
hands.
Yeah, Kate would have skinned it and made a pelt out of it. By the time Kyle got there with a big rock, Kate would have made a coat out of the mountain lion
Should be
already.
cooking the meat on a fire.
Yeah, and you guys be like, I'll come and save you. And I'd be like, do you guys want some lunch?
And
Like,
Or a coat?
I made
Yeah.
this rudimentary rotisserie out of a stick.
I'm Kay Hurley, and this is my story. I'm a music missionary, which means that I do all kinds of different things using my music as a means to love people and as to share the gospel with them. And I also teach on worship. And I have a nonprofit organization called Mercy Projects, which my goal is to unite artists to bring more visibility to ministries that need help, especially orphanages. So that is what I'm doing right now. I live in a really great community, love my church, and I'm in a really good season of life right now. My life started out very different than it is now. I was raised in a pretty rough family. There was a lot of abuse in my family, a lot of hard years. Dad and Mom got a divorce, and within weeks, this man was living with us who was going to marry my mom, and he was the most horrible alcoholic I've ever been around. He was just a horrible man. And I used to come home and hear him beating my mom up, and my whole childhood was just really rough. By the time I was in middle school, I was very depressed. I got into college, and I think because I hadn't dealt with a lot of the things that happened to me when I was younger, I went into a really horrible depression. I was like a different person. You wouldn't even recognize me. I would cry for hours and hours at a time, and I got to the point where I would hit my head on things and kind of hurt myself. And I just had so many thoughts running through my head about how much I hated my life, how much I hated myself. It was just a really devastating part of my life. During that time, I felt like all of the benefits of me being a Christian were kind of stripped away from me. My boyfriend at the time broke up with me, who I was, considering marrying, because he was like, "You're crazy." My friends really tried to love me through everything, but they specifically told me, like, "We do not know how to help you. We do not know what to do." And all these people who I thought I was this really great Christian girl were all of a sudden like, "Who is this girl? Like, she's so screwed up." And so during that time, I would go out and I would just spend a lot of time with God. And it wasn't this happy, like, "Oh God, everything will be fine. I know that you're good," kind of thing. I was really angry at the Lord. I really didn't understand why He allowed all these really hard things to happen in my life. I would just cry out to Him sometimes for hours and hours at a time. And really the turning points of my life is I went on a mission trip to Mexico, and the island near where we were staying, where I would go spend time with the Lord, just crying out to Him. And at this point I thought, God, I can't get married, I can't have kids, I can't have a career, I can't even have a normal life because I feel like I'm going crazy. And I said, "Are you ever going to make me better?" And one of the clearest times I've ever heard the Lord speak to me, I heard Him say, "I want you to look at the ocean." And I looked at the ocean, and the ocean was crashing back and forth just like it has from the beginning of time. And He said, "As many times as the ocean waves keep crashing back and forth to the shore, that's how many times I'm going to heal you. That's how many times I'm going to make you better, and that's how many times I'm going to love you." I just, for some reason, that time really struck me, and I started believing what He was saying, and I danced around the island, and I just knew that it was the truth, that He was going to take care of me, and that I wasn't going to die. And that was such a turning point in my life, because I think I realized that I was loved so deeply by the God who made me. But the counselor I was seeing said he had never seen anybody in such a deep depression come out of it as quickly as I had. And I think it was just because I really believed that what he said was true, that He loved me desperately, and that He wanted me to be healthy, and He wanted me to be whole. But now I have this incredible anchor in just knowing that the God of the universe who made everything that's around us, that God loves me intimately, and that He made me the way that I was for a reason, and that everything inside of me that He put in me were good things. So I think that's changed my whole life and my whole attitude towards being alive, and it's just really given me a reason for living.
He holds you even now. You are not alone.
So this is the Boulder Tea House. It actually has another name. I can't remember what it is. And I know a little bit about it. I know that it comes from that country that we said before. I can't remember now.
Tajikistan?
Tajikistan.
We don't have secrets.
I think you do.
The only secret we have is that you dropped your name tag. We're trying to figure out the best way to get it back to you.
Well, thank you.
My heart's so in ministry over here, especially for you.
So my friend May, again another person who I've never met, is in the backyard, and I'm gonna go say hi to her for the first time.
She lives behind me. That's why she's in the backyard. She doesn't just sneak into my backyard.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
there's this girl, Amay, who's amazing. Is that corny? At art. But not only is she good at art and pottery, she's really fast at running.
So I'm gonna get sneaky and try to be stealthy about it.
How are you gonna have possibly sneak? She's looking right at you.
Here I go.
Oh, not camera. Hi, how are you? Good, good to see you.
This is
I'm
Steve.
May. Nice to meet you.
A May is a potter, I think. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
My name is May Herring, and currently I'm a ceramic artist. And best way to find me out is go to my website, studio2350.com. 2350 is the firing temperature for my kiln. Fahrenheit, 2350 Fahrenheit, very hot. I think it's beautiful how the Lord identified his creation with clay. It's the one element in creation that, like, if you were to take wood or metal or rock or stone, any of those things besides water, you pretty much have to chisel away at. But with the clay, you just touch it and you can see your fingerprint, and it holds your fingerprint so well. And the only way it's sculpted and created is by my fingers being all over it. And so it's a very personal, intimate medium to work with, which I think is so beautiful of the Lord to describe us as that, to describe his creation in such an intimate way that he gets to, he's just jealous over us. He's very intentional with everything that he does with it. And nowadays, I think I understand my role as an artist is a responsibility, and more than a responsibility or a calling, it's something I do because it's so a part of me. And I think the Lord is a lot like that as well. He makes us and he says, I'm not gonna let you go, and I'm still gonna fight for you because I made you and I knew from the beginning that I had purpose in you, even amongst suffering and so much, just amazing hurt that happens in the world. And so I see that now when I'm going through a rough day and I'm going, why in the world am I an artist? I'm failing at it. I'm not doing well at all. But then I'll have a sweet moment where I'll open a kiln and I'll pull out this amazing piece of work, and it'll take my breath away. And I just think, and definitely there's been a moment where the Lord was like, that's why you have to keep creating beauty, because you're called to create beauty. And whether you're successful at it or not is not exactly the point. The point is you have to create beauty because you're beauty. And I created beauty not because I knew it would be successful, but because it was a part of me, and I had to do that as a creator.
Tonight we will be hanging out with the community of people that we've met, Kate Hurley's gang, so to speak. They really are an amazing group of people, all with unique gifts and talents. Musicians, potters, people that are into drama, people that are into writing. Each one of them not only is passionate about what they do, but passionate about community and about loving each other and loving God. I'll give you one guess what we're going to right now. Charcoal, a mandolin.
Buns.
Marshmallows.
That's right, we're going to a barbecue. This is gonna be a sweet barbecue.
Them corns, I loved. Ow! Except for when they burn my fingers and fall onto other people's plates. Oopsies, cheesy corn.
I have underappreciated the avocado, and Becca's guacamole it opened my eyes to the beauty of the avocado.
Do I sound
I will eat anything.
Yeah.
They had a big barbecue, and we got to meet everyone in their community. We got to know them all a little bit better. We got to enjoy food, had some great fellowship, and also was able to enjoy some music.
There's a woman, you know, I've seen her before. She's crouched and stiff, and those so sorters have sung as well in their souls, with flames at their sides and guns down their throats.
Being in the presence of Trace's guitar skills was a wow experience. I looked at Chris and he was just crying. There was tears rolling down his cheeks.
Wow.
That's my landlord.
That's my husband.
It's so awesome, but it makes you sick at the same time how good they all are at music.
He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds stop their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me.
The community here doesn't just use their gifts and talents for themselves, but they actually kind of follow what the scripture says about doing everything to the glory of God. And that's the thing I love is not only are they very talented and gifted, but they actually do it with a purpose, and that's to glorify God.
Trace is a ridiculously good guitarist. It's stupid how good he is. He just like blows every guitarist in the entire world out the water. If I wasn't a better person, I'd probably be jealous.
My name is Trace Bundy. I live in Louisville, Colorado. I'm an acoustic guitar player. I believe that God has given me a talent and a gift and a passion for that talent. If I truly do believe that, then obviously I can't take credit for that and try to use that for my own glory. I think of standing before God at the end of my life and standing before Him, and how absurd would it be for God to say, well done, Trace. Man, well done. You played amazing guitar. Those riffs you played were awesome. You know, the two-handed stuff, the capos, man, I could never come up with something like that. Like, that would be absurd. Like, God would never congratulate me or be, the way I look at it, God is not impressed with my guitar playing. Your talents are not what impress God. Because if they're given by God, it'd be like if I gave someone like a really cool watch and then like they tried to impress me with that watch that they're wearing. Like, that doesn't make sense if I gave it to them, you know? Your talents don't impress God, but it's how you use those talents. I'm not defined by the fact that I play guitar. I don't ever want to be known as Trace Bundy, guitar player, you know? Even though that is what I do, that's not what I want to be known for at the end of my life. When I look back over the course of my life, that I'm known for just merely impressing people with guitar. But my desire, though, is to stand before God and have Him say, well done, Trace. You loved well. You loved me well. You loved people well. You loved your wife well, your enemies well, the poor well, and you used your passions well. So I don't believe that we are defined by that my identity is as a guitar player, but the way we use our passions and talents, that's part of how we are defined, I think. Like, I strive for excellence, so if people enjoy that, then that's great. If people leave my concerts with a smile on their face, then that makes me happy. But yeah, man, I would think it would be a great shame if I was known over the course of my life sheerly as an entertainer and not as a lover. I want to be known as a lover.
After eating food and enjoying each other's company, we had a time of worship. And being on the road, you get so consumed with doing things for Jesus that you forget sometimes to do things with Jesus.
Our worship time at the barbecue was something that I could definitely desire to happen every night. I think it's just what we were meant to do as a body, come together, hang out, and then worship the one who created us.
You guys ready for Tim Tams? Any Australian or New Zealand viewers will know exactly what this is. For some reason, this is known as a Tim Tam, which I don't know why, because it has nowhere on it written the word Tim Tam. Take your Tim Tam, bite off a little, either a corner or a little hole on each side. I like to do a little hole right in the middle. You'll notice there's a layer of creamy nougat inside. It almost makes a straw, right? So what you're gonna do, a cookie straw. I'm gonna put this in my mouth and create, with my lips, a perfect seal around the Tim Tam. I'm gonna dip this end into the hot chocolate, let go with my hands, and start sucking like a straw. The longer you suck, the better it gets, and then at some point it crashes because the whole thing dissolves and falls into the cup. So you want to find that sweet spot right around here. Here we go. And right at that sweet moment, the thing just melts into your mouth, and it is so good.
Oh, you got it!
Oh, that is so good!
Oh, so good.
I wanted to raise the bar. I did.
Kyle, that means you gotta not crumble.
I don't feel like I did this right. Oh gosh, that sucked, but whatever. No, the thing is I didn't suck, and it fell in. Man, I'm horrible at the Tim Tam slam.
Pick it up! Just pick it up!
Scoop it, Kyle. Get it, Kyle, get it. Go in. Put it in. Put it in. It's gotta go. There you go.
Is it okay?
I'm not asking.
Don't ask me.
Is that how you bite it?
Doesn't it feel like you're doing something illegal though?
There's so much pressure. Like, honestly, I'm not kidding.
I don't know if being in Boulder has been an encouraging experience, or if it's just reminded me at how not good I am at a lot of things.
I really didn't know exactly what to expect. You know, Aaron had told us some things about the musicians there. And, I fell in love with the people of Boulder, Colorado. There hasn't been many locations that were that hard for me to leave. But at the same time, I feel like in just 3 days, I learned so much, not just about myself, but about what a community really is.
That community is probably the most gifted community I've ever been a part of, but the coolest thing is, even though they were so good at different things, like playing instruments or like Amay was amazing just at, you know, forming art. The thing is that they were so humble, even though God had given them so much talent. And there's a few things that Trey said that really just hit deeply in my heart.
What kind of things?
Well, when he was talking about he didn't want to be known for being a guitar player, but he wanted to be known for being a lover. And it's like he recognized that even though God had given him this amazing talent, he didn't want to be known for just that talent. He knew where his true identity was.
One of the verses that my dad always says is that, you know, we were created in Christ Jesus to do good works prepared for us in advance. And I think that people at Boulder showed us an example of that. They do the things that they do with excellence because they understand that they almost have a responsibility to use the gifts that God has given them to the best of their ability. And I think there's such a good example of how to use those gifts and talents for the glory of God and not for our own personal glory. And I think that's the key, is not letting those gifts and talents define you or give you your identity.
A lot of times as young people in today's society, we try to run after so many different things to tell us who we are. We run to like the television or just media or culture or family or friends to give us our identity. And even though sometimes we can receive some identity from our family or our friends, the main place we receive our identity from is from God. And as I watched May just hovering over her lump of clay and as she just formed it into a beautiful piece of art, it just reminded me of us as God's creation and how important it is for us to be open to what He's doing in our lives, because He gives us these gifts and talents for a reason. And as He just like forms us and shapes us, we've got to be soft in order to be impressionable for His fingerprints just to be all over our lives.
My dad has a really sweet mustache, actually. Like, we just call him the stash. Like, for real, it's an amazing mustache. We think it has superpowers. The mustache is that bridge that my dad uses to connect with God.
I think that might be sacrilegious. I'm not sure.
You haven't seen the stash. and until you see the stash, I don't want you to ever say that again.
I thought the same.
I'm just kidding.